Hey YouTube, this is Monica from Monica's Big Move. Just come today to share with you my lock products and my lock maintenance routine. Now, for my earlier video, I said that I've been locked for about 8 years now, since 2004. So that's a really long time. I was locked when lock wasn't popular, when they were still calling us nappy or natural and all these other slogans and terms for natural hair. I was locked when locks was still thought of as dreadlocks and still thought of as something nappy and disgusting and so forth. And I've been natural a total of about 15 years. So again, I was natural when natural wasn't popular. It was like natural. What's that? Everything was permed or weaved or whatever have you, and they didn't have too many styles. They didn't have all these twist outs and blowouts and all these extra things. You was just either afro or you had twist or you had it was a specific style. It wasn't all these in between shades of gray or these now new styles and everything for natural hair. So it's been that long that I've been natural, and I never had an actual afro, but I've had twists, and I've had twist outs, and I've had braids and braid outs, and I've had, of course, locks. I had really long locks, and now I have the shorter locks. I've had, a lot of the natural styles that are popular today. So I just wanted to do a little video about the products that I use, because I've been locked for so long, and I've been through a lot of products. I've been through the mango and lime products, which I do not like, and I don't recommend them for anybody. The reason why, because they create a lot of buildup. They smell great. I love the smell, but they create a lot of buildup. And from what I hear, there's not too many good reviews about it. It looks okay on the shelves, but I don't really hear too many good reviews about it. Now, this is the cream waxes and so forth. I don't really use that. And if you do, if it works for you, then that's great. But for me, it didn't work for me. And from what I hear, it don't really work for many other people either. And all them other strange waxes and pomades and things like that. I mean, don't do it. The less is more for your hair, especially for natural hair. Less is definitely more, because all that stuff in your hair, them oils and all stuff, attracts dirt, lint, and so sand and so forth. You'll be surprised what's in your hair. If you take the time, especially for natural hair, and definitely like you take the time to really look in your hair, and you'll see all that stuff, all that outside debris in your hair. So you have to be very careful about what you put in it. It's tough, because you want it to shine and you want the volume and you want this and you want that and stuff like that, especially if you're trying to go long. That is a problem. I think it's like an epidemic or something with people. Everybody wants long hair. The problem with long hair is that it takes a lot of work. Way more work than short hair, if you're natural. And you have hair. I had hair down to my butt. What am I going to do with hair that long? What styles am I going to put it in with hair that long? Okay, I get it up into a ponytail, but then, what do you do with the rest of it that's hanging out? I twist it up and I have it on the side here, and then you have a whole bunch of hair cascading down here. What are you going to do with it? Because even if you twist that all up into something, after a while it gets heavy, it gets hot, it starts pulling on your sides, and so forth. So, who wants hair that long if you don't have to have hair that long, So, so I decided to cut my hair, and I cut it bralette, so I can do things with it, so I could, have cute styles and, have something else to do with it than just have hair. It's not all about the length, because there's a lot of folks with natural or permed or whatever have you hair that's long, but it's not healthy. So it's way down their back or, all that stuff, and we all drooling because it's long. But it has split ends in it, it's, damaged, it's uneven, it's, all kind of stuff happens with long hair because it's harder to maintain. So, I think we should just love, in the whole movement of loving our hair as it naturally grows out of our head, we need to love our length as well. Because long hair does not equate to beauty, does not equate to, I'm fabulous now because I have long hair. Yeah, guys like long hair, but that's their superficiality on that side. But sometimes with short hair, most of the time with short hair, their hair looks so much flyer with short hair than you do with long hair. You have it coiffed up in with perm, natural, doesn't matter, but you have it coiffed in the back. You don't have all them little sticky things coming out of your head. You don't have 10,000 pins in there trying to hold it down. It looks more manicured. It looks more, sexier. At the end, just an FYI, if you look at red carpet, right, or the award shows, whatever, red carpet, most of the people that they say is fabulous looking or whatever have their hair up. Why is that? Because it shows off your neck, your bone structure, your features, and everything like that. And that's why females with shorter hair get a lot of attention because you get to see. Because men like, just a little, I'm digressing, but men like to see your bone structure, your face, your ears, your eyes. What turns them on is so different than what we think turns them on. So they like to see all those things about us. So, so when you have your hair up, that's why updos are popular, and ponytails and buns and all those things are always popular, especially on the red carpet, because then you get to see how long the female form is and how the bone structure and all those things. So that's why I like, not necessarily short hair. I like my hair up, and so forth, because it gives you a whole outfit, a whole different look to it. So anyway, I digress. But be careful with your hair. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Locks are like, it's so different than, not so different, but different than other natural hairstyles. Simple fact is, we can't comb our hair. We cannot brush our hair. We cannot, blow dry and do all those things that other styles can do to get the debris out. So we have to sleep with something on our heads. Very important, because that lint in your hair is not cute. It is not cute. I've seen this one guy. He had hair down to his, probably to his shins or something like that. It was so long, but all of it was white. Now with gray hair, it was lint. All of it was just lint, all the way down from the root to tip. Lint in his head, white lint. And for some reason, hair loves white lint, and it's not cute. It's not. So you gotta sleep with something on your head. Be careful about where your locks lay. When I had longer hair, I had a huge scarf to put it in, because in the house, when I was in the house, because your hair gets on everything. My hair used to get stuck in the seat belt. I used to get stuck in the car. I got stuck in the door one day. Your hair touches everything. And my hair was healthy. I never lost a lock. I never lost, I never had any real breakage or anything like that. My scalp is always good and clean and so forth. But it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. And just to wash it, you have to wash the scalp as well as the lock. A lot of people want to wash the scalp, and that's fine, but the lock is getting buildup in it. The lock has, it's just a shaft, and it just keeps collecting hair and debris and dirt and, buildup and so forth in the lock. And if you don't wash it, then how's it going to come out? That's when it starts stinking, and that's when it starts dying as well. So, because don't forget, your hair is alive. Your hair lives, eats, and breathes. So you have to be careful about, how you treat your hair. You can't have all these tight styles in your hair and expect it to, still be good after a while. You have to change up your style and ease the tension in your hair. You can't have it all tight in your hairline and then wonder why you have no hair later on. So you have that, and let's see, you have bad product choices. Natural hair can't take all them other products that you used to do with permed hair or vice versa. You can't do that. You have to know what works for your hair. My hair is dense. It's very, very dense, and it'll eat up the product really fast. But whatever's left will be sitting at the top of my head, oily and greasy, which will attract dirt and so forth. So I have to use a minimum amount to satisfy my hair enough, but not put on too much. So this is what I use. A little scoop of this. I mix it all up. A little scoop of that. Tea tree oil. This is coconut oil, all from the same company. Coconut oil smells really good. This. Very good. And that's it as far as like the pomade and stuff that I use on a regular basis. To twist, now this time since I've been sick for the last 2 days, you probably can hear my voice. I washed my hair, but I didn't feel like taking the time to twist it. And that's another thing. You don't always have to twist your hair. In the beginning, you do to form the coil. But every 3 weeks or so when you wash it to form the coil. But twist only when wet. Hello. Only when wet. You twist dry, you're going to break your hair. Simple as that. But I didn't feel like twisting it. So that's why I put it up in this kind of style, because it's up. It doesn't look all grown out and all, crazy looking. But I didn't have to twist it either, so that's good. But when I do twist it, and when I want that tight look, then I'll use this, which is the best gel to me, because it's moisturizing. And you see I'm in the same family as these oils, same family. But all them other blue gels and green gels and gel, containers that are like this huge and, all those things, just leave them on the shelf. Black gels and all that stuff just dries your hair out, make your hair brittle, and come out your head after a while. So that's what I use. When I wash my hair, I use all these products that I showed you, but I use you need to moisturize your hair on a regular basis. Moisturize. Definitely after you come out the shower, because I use after you finish washing your hair, because I use this Dr. Varner's Castile soap, which I love because it's natural, number one. Number two, it little bit goes a long way. Number three, it cleans your hair properly. It cleans without it being all leaving behind residue and gunk and all that stuff. It is expensive, $14.99, Vitamin Shop and so forth. I'm sure it's $14.99 if you supply store and stuff like that. But a little bit goes a long way. It's worth it to me. Now you can use VO5 and all that stuff, but number one, it takes a lot more of it to clean your hair. Number two, it doesn't really clean your hair properly. But I like my hair to be clean. If I'm going to be in the shower washing my hair, then it needs to be clean within a certain period of time. I do not want to be there, squeezing half the bottle out to wash my hair. So I use conditioner now because, again, it's moisturize. So I use conditioner, so I use this Suave again, and it's pretty good. It works okay for my hair. It doesn't give me any build-up and so forth. And I use that. Also, when I come out the shower, after I finish with that, and I want a really deep conditioning that I leave in, I use organic shea butter. Now, this shea butter, you can melt it down and then use it almost like in an oil form. But the problem with that, the shea butter, cocoa butter, and those things like that, they are very oily. Very, very oily. And it can get out of hand quickly. So I leave it in its natural form, put some in my hand, rub it in my hand, and then put it in my hair. And the reason why I do that is because it gives me the amount that I want it to be. when you have any sort of oily products in your, or a product that you want to use, it doesn't seem like enough in the beginning, but then after a while you start using that oil in that time period, your hair will end up being so oily, it'll be ridiculous. And with locks, unless you're gonna wash your hair, then you don't want oily locks, because number one, all the debris and so forth would attract to your hair. It'll come to your hair faster than anything else, and you'll look around and your hair just linty and dirty and sandy and just a hot mess. So you don't want that. So do your research on your products. Everybody's hair is different. Everybody use different things. What works for one does not work for another. Just be careful about what you use. And to me, less is more. Less is way more. But you have to use your moisturizers often, because with the temperature changes and stuff like that, extreme temperatures is bad for your hair. I don't care what kind of hair it is, whether it's lock, perms, weave, wig, whatever have you, it's bad for your hair. So like now today it's 95 degrees. So if my hair is less than moisturized and I'm going outside 95 degrees, it's gonna make my hair dry and brittle. So dry and brittle means damage. So I gotta make sure I'm moisturized and oiled and so forth, and then I can go outside and it function properly. So that's my products that I use every day, well, most days. And so it's been serving me well. So every time I go out, every now and then I do go to the hairdresser just for a checkup, just to make sure I'm doing my hair correctly and so forth, and my hair is not thinning, and so forth. And 'cause I have like 113 locks. That's a lot of locks. That's really a lot of locks. So I just want to make sure that, because when you do it yourself, it's fine to do it yourself. And I do it myself, period. But when you do it yourself, you don't know exactly all that comes with it, as far as maintenance and so forth. So, I do go to my stylist every now and then, and just get a checkup, just to make sure that it's like going to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? You take your vitamins and stuff like that at home, and you're feeling all good, whatever have you. But you do go to the doctor once a year just to make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Same thing with my stylist. I do the same thing. I go to my stylist, once every now and then, just to make sure my hair is still on point. It's not thinning. It's looking how it's supposed to look. It's going well, going healthy, and so forth. So, because I don't want any bald spots, I plan on being locked for life, really, because I've had, jerry curls, I've had perms, I've had regular natural hair, afros and braid and twists, as I said earlier. I've had almost it all, almost every hairstyle that there is. So, lock just works for me. It works for my hair. It took time and patience, which, you have to get over. But, it just worked for my hair. So, and if I can cut it short, if I could, twist it up, if I could, do all these different things with it, then why not, So, and for me, lock wasn't about religion or Rasta or any of that stuff, or being, West Indian or anything like that. It was just a hairstyle choice, My hair needs to breathe, but it needs to be in a protective style as well. So that's what this is to me, is my protective style. And but my hair can breathe though. I can be out in the rain, I can be out in the snow or whatever have you, and not have to have shrinkage, For those that have afros and stuff, like, they know about shrinkage. I don't have to worry about, all the humidity or the dip. Now, and it works for me. But anyway, so that's my little hair regimen and so forth. And so I'll come back later for more. I guess it ended up being a lock tutorial. I guess, even though I said I wasn't gonna do any, but don't tell nobody. But yeah, so that's because I have locks for so long, and I see a lot of these videos, and people don't really do lock maintenance. I see a lot of lock styles, and maybe one or two maintenance or something. But these are mostly people with shorter hair, And you don't really see Loc Maintenance with people with longer hair, people that's been in the game for a long time. So I wanted to really come to you with that as opposed to hair tutorials and stuff like that, about how to really maintain your hair as time goes on and so forth. But we'll see. I mean, you never know how things grow and change and, whatever. So, alright. I will catch you later. Bye.